This is not beautiful. This is...
One I'm very mixed on. Happy came out, but the House of the Dead remake.
I'm happy that came out.
I'm really happy it came
more.
out. Yes, I hope more stuff like this comes out. Like, we really need to get Time Crisis, and they're supposedly doing House of the Dead 2. The only negative was, like, this pales in comparison to the original version, even the old Saturn version, or especially the arcade.
Is this on PlayStation?
It's on PS4 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be better on PS4.
I don't know. There's other things too. Even like
better.
redoing the voices and like just the style. Like this to me, like if this had included the original version as well, this would have been one of my favorite games to play. But just as it is, it's an okay version. I'm happy to have it, but it's definitely inferior.
I don't know why they didn't come out with like one of the guns.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I feel like they should have done that.
Even something simple like the Wii, where it's just a piece of plastic that's shaped like a gun.
I think they should have done that. This is one I just got this Christmas, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Have not played that, but it looks like Mario Odyssey. So I'm looking forward to it. I've never played a Kirby game, so we'll see.
The last Kirby game I played was the NES, so I will probably check that out as well. Actually, probably after you play it.
This is a game that I wanted to like a lot. Well, this is 2 games that I wanted to like a lot.
This is on our PS4 collection as well.
I only beat the first one. The second one, I gave up.
I don't know why. It surprises me, because I feel like the second one would be easier for you, but it's Cloma Collection, got both the PS4 and Switch, because to me these are like 2 of the greatest
This is the imported
ever. Yes. They would imported that one.
In English.
Yeah,
absolutely
it's full English support, but yeah, love those games. Really hope we get a third. Actually, hope more so that we get a collection of like the Game Boy Advance games and the Wonder Swan game, that stuff, and like there's a beach volleyball game. But
I don't know why there's not like a Wonder Swan collection.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
I love those collections. Like I really wish they would do more collections and more things like this.
Yeah, this is the number one thing that I want to see is these like HD 2D remakes and remasters and collections of older games that are either impossible to get or just unaffordable. But this is a game that originally never came here. It was a Super Nintendo game, never left Japan, and I love this because it's a collection of short RPGs, which that's always my thing is I love RPGs more than anything. I don't always want to spend 60 hours on a single game. And these, they're like 2-3 hours a piece, and they get a perfect little one. Yeah.
Live Alive was only
Japanese?
It
never came here before, so this is the first time, and this was great. This is fantastic collection. I like some better than others. Like the Wild West one was probably my favorite, but
that's so weird that was one of your
that one
favorites.
Just tonally it works so well. But they're all great and they're all different.
Yeah.
And they work together. It's just I'd love more stuff in that style.
But what else do you love more?
Oh man, for years I love Mr. Driller. This is another one you tried. You could not.
This makes me so nervous.
Mr. Driller.
And I stopped breathing.
Drillland. Mr. Driller.
Can't.
I don't know. I
can't.
I kind of almost like zone out, and it's just kind of like a trance, and I just go through like.
Yeah,
this is
zen out.
By far my favorite Mr. Driller game. I'm so happy. This was a Japanese GameCube exclusive game.
I almost
imported a GameCube
from
just
Japan
to play it.
Just to play that one.
Just to play it, and
so I'm so glad.
Then it came finally.
So
glad. Oh my gosh! I was so excited. This was also PlayAsia because
that was
not
you had to import
here.
that.
Yeah. But by far,
beautiful.
The theme park setting is perfect. They have all different themed.
I stop breathing when I play that. I get so
nervous.
Like him. Yeah, I get so nervous. This is the AIE Collection. I love this. This is so beautiful. The soundtrack, everything is just gorgeous. It's just, there are some unforgiving parts that made me angry.
You said you liked the first one more?
The first one I finished and I liked a whole lot more. The second one I have not completely finished, but I love that they're both on one cartridge.
Yeah.
I love these collections so
cool
much. Comes with a little postcard.
Aren't those Xbox exclusives now?
Yes, this was one of. There were a couple Xbox. I don't know if it was Xbox One or 360 or what.
Whatever.
There, and I will not play the Xbox.
Yeah.
I hate the Xbox. I don't want anything to do with Microsoft. They make me angry, and I can't. Well, and I can't. I can't when the Duke controller was out, I literally couldn't.
I really want to get the
that.
redone Duke controller for the.
You like it, which is weird.
That's like one of my best.
I won't do it, but this was one of the few games that I was like, oh.
If I had,
And like everything else on the Xbox, it left the system. So
the Panzer Dragoon remake,
limited run.
This is such a great game on the Saturn, and I love just as
that
much
was
this
fun.
remake. I can't wait till number 2 eventually comes out. They're working on it for years.
I feel like half of our collection is
old games.
Some kind of remake or remaster of something
That's
else.
I said in the PS4 video. Like that's the reason why our PS4 and Switch collections are so big is because they're also PS2 and 1 and Genesis
I like it
collections.
though because I didn't
all the
experience
different,
as much as far as video games as you did. And
yeah. When
it's
your
so
family was
cool.
also more of a PC gaming family.
Yes, we were much more
because like
PC.
your dad was super into LucasArts and all the Star Wars games.
We had
and
like
stuff.
every LucasArts
and I was
game
much
ever.
more consoles, so it's more.
Yeah, but I love it. I love being able to play all these games, and they're just like portable, which is the most amazing thing ever. This is the new Pokemon Snap, which, again, it's a beautiful old game. Do you like it better, or do you?
The same, I guess. I mean,
About the
it's
same?
hard. Well, it's hard because the last time I played a Pokemon game was like the Game Boy. Like, so I don't know who most of these new Pokemon are. So I think
True.
overall this is a bigger, better game than the original. But I have stronger attachments to the original. But the original, it's like if I never play that again, that's fine. I'll get my fix playing this for a couple hours. Yeah.
This is such a beautiful indie game. Have yet to play it. It's Raji. This is the enhanced edition. This is premium edition games. This is our first premium edition version. I love when the slipcovers. I love when the slipcovers come out this way.
The side,
So nice. But like, look at this edition. This is so gorgeous, and it's got an extra slipcover. Like, I love some of these. Some of these editions are just so beautiful, and this is the standard edition. Just so cool.
Yeah, it's the thing. A lot of these indie game releases that you get the standard edition. They're prettier than the
And they
collector's
come with
editions of other
stuff in them. I feel like a lot of your Square Enix games are just completely blank on the
Well,
inside.
a lot of them you're lucky they exist physically.
Yeah,
So.
which is ridiculous because they have the money and the ability to make them. But this one, I was so excited for, and I was so angry because it sold out so quickly.
Yeah.
And I hate limited run, but I have to give them my
I
money.
said that literally just came yesterday.
This
so
just came.
You've
So
not.
this is
literally
probably
just showed
one of
up
the next games
yesterday.
I'm playing.
Yeah.
This is called Shady Part of Me. This is so beautiful, and it seems so creative. You're playing. It's kind of a puzzle. I guess I would say like a puzzle.
The two levels. Like
There's two different levels you play as yourself and your shadow, or your shadow self, and sometimes you have to use your shadow to get through different parts.
What you're showing me, I like the usage of light.
It's
to like
really
move
interesting.
a box so it alters the light so that it changes the shadow so your shadow can actually move up something. That's cool.
It's really pretty, and the voice actress is Hannah Murray, who is from Game of Thrones and Skins.
Okay.
She has a really pretty voice, though, and I think that's part of the reason that this sold out
Yeah, 'cause
really
Game of Thrones is
fast.
so
But
popular.
I'm really excited to play this. This looks really good, and I was so angry that we had to get this aftermarket, but we actually got cheaper than limited run, so whatever limited run. Something I like more than limited run is Fangamer. Love Fangamer. Had such a great experience every time we've gotten things. This is Slime Rancher Portable Edition. I would love this game so much more if it wasn't first person. I hate first person. Just make it third person. And there's actually a character. You can't see her really. She's in the middle. But it's kind of like a slime farming simulation type deal. But it's really hard for me. I don't know why that perspective, that first person perspective, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either. That
But
takes
this is
me
a
out of
really
lot of
fun
games.
game, and it would be so much more fun. Look at all the stuff it comes with. Fangamer just gives you like so much stuff. There's like a pretty sticker. I get stickers all the time. There's a map. You get all kinds of fun things. But Fangamer, they have cool stuff. And not just games, they have a lot of other stuff too. This is another Foxy Fox game. I have lots of Foxy Fox games with the oversaturated colors. This is Spirit of the North. I just got this for Christmas from my brother, and I'm excited to play this. Really pretty. I love indie games. They're just so much more creative. This is not an indie game.
One of the first games we got.
This
with,
is one
with
of the
our
first games
Switch.
we got.
I think it was like Mario Odyssey, this, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Splatoon 2. Love the first Splatoon. I really like Splatoon 2. The one problem I have with this series and why I probably won't get Splatoon 3 is that I don't play games online, and that seems to have become the entire focus. Like, I like the single player like campaign in here, and it was fun. So if they released a Splatoon
there's
that was
no,
more on that. Yeah.
Like, co-op. Is there?
Yeah, well,
Can
it
you
is,
do,
but
like,
it's
a couch?
yeah, but it's hard. It's kind of like, and like like kind of like how the Wii U one, someone had to be on the Pro Controller and someone had to be on the gamepad, and the same thing, you have to have multiple switch. I don't know, it's just not set up as well for. It's really focused on that online, and that's the one part it takes away. But it's so creative. I like it, the concept.
I feel like that's our weakest part of our collection is the first party
Nintendo stuff. I feel like a lot of we don't like. It's just
not
appealing.
We have some,
we have some, just
but not as much. Yeah. Everyone else has like
that's all they
all
have.
of them.
Oh gosh.
This is a great game. I haven't played it.
I played this disaster. Star Trek Prodigy. We're both huge Star Trek fans. We both like Prodigy. You much more than me. You love Prodigy and want to try out the game. And yeah, it's kind of a simple game meant more for kids. But this is the problem is that it's an unfinished game. This is the only Switch game ever that it crashed on my Switch. It crashed. And there were all kinds of glitches. Like areas literally feel like they didn't finish them.
Well, the very beginning I've watched, and
a slideshow.
It was like a storyboard, like
But
like
even
you see the Disney, like
even in the environments, like they're gonna be a little more simple because it's a quick kind of cash-in game. But it didn't even feel finished. It felt like there were spots that they didn't even finish the level.
That was sad. This is weird, and I don't understand this. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I don't understand why Nintendo did what they did with this.
Why? It was great marketing. They sold more copies that way. They told everyone, we're never going to print it again. And then they sold millions of copies.
But I think they would have sold more had they, just stop what you're doing. And
I think they sold more because of the hype. People were afraid that they weren't going to be able to get it. The fear of missing out, so they bought it.
This is still worth more than it should be at this point.
Because
all Nintendo first-party things hold their value to a stupid extent.
Yeah. But this is the kind of stuff I want. Like this is you got one N64 game, one GameCube game, and one Wii game. This is what I want. Collections of older games. Like it's it's like
I wish they would have done that with Zelda and even Kirby. I would have gotten just
it doesn't make sense
to try them out.
Like books, like classic books get reprinted every 5-10 years. Classic movies, every time is a new format. They come out VHS, and they come out on DVD, then they come out on Blu-ray, then they come out every few years. They come out again. But classic games, a lot of times you've never seen them again.
Well,
games are bad at preservation, so it's great.
This generation is more than any other generation. I feel like,
but this was great.
But still, they would make so much. It's printing money.
Yeah.
Like this game printed money. Super Mario Odyssey. I
really feel like Switch 2 has to launch with a sequel.
I think it has to. And it's so funny because you hate platformers and you're terrible at them.
Yeah.
But this generation, I feel like you can play a lot of the platformers, which is interesting to me. And I enjoy these platformers a lot. This is such a creative platformer.
Yeah,
I love it. I think it was...
This, to me, I grew up with the NES, and, those were always my favorite Mario games, even more than Super Nintendo or whatever. Those were always... This is now my favorite. This supplanted Super Mario Bros. 3 as my favorite one.
You beat that in, a day.
Yeah.
You just, went to town. This is something that no one will ever beat.
This I got for you on a whim, because it was free, because I bought 2 games for my sister for her birthday or whatever, and then I got a free game, and I just saw that, and...
I wanted this to be something else.
It reminded me of your mother, so I had to get it for you.
Supermarket Shriek. And I thought, and I think you thought too, this was going to be like Supermarket Sweep, where you go through the aisles and find certain things.
Oh my gosh, Supermarket Sweep, and there's a screaming goat. I thought,
that's fantastic. But you literally, one control, one side of it is the man screaming. And then that pushes you one way, and then the other side, if you hit the other button, the goat starts screaming, and it pushes you the other way. And it's kind of an obstacle course that you have to go through in the supermarket, and there's flames and water and all kinds of different obstacles, and it's terrible to control. If it wasn't so horrible to control, it might be funny for a while, but it's just terrible to control. But, it was entertaining for a bit. This is Stefan's favorite game.
I talked about that recently. We'll
Super
get into that.
Smash Brothers
This
Ultimate.
is it came out obviously a while ago. We just got this game for Christmas.
We just got this, and I love Super Smash Bros. I love Super Smash Bros.
I hate
It's fantastic. I can't wait to play it. I know that the story's supposed to be
you're gonna
excellent.
like it. You're gonna like it.
I'm gonna like it.
I played it for an hour and
he couldn't figure it out. But you didn't even try the tutorial. You just went into.
I love fighting games, and I'll pick up any fighting game.
This is not a fighting game.
I know it's just but Smash, since the N64, the very first one, it's just not for me. Not for me.
If you like puzzle games, a lot of people have this, but nobody really plays it. And I devoured this. This was such a great game. It's Sushi Striker, Way of the Sushi Dough. This is a super cheap game, and nobody appreciates it. It's so much fun. It's
You
like
play that like every night for like 2 months.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This was like my stress relief. This
Yeah.
is so much fun. It's just like a puzzle game, and you're just making the sushis, and it's fantastic. It's kind of matching, and I mean, it's not like a fantastic story, but it's
Yeah.
it's a decent story. It's entertaining, and it's just a fun game. Like just like a turn your brain off, relax, and that's great. I love these casual games.
Yeah. I wish I played a little bit of that. It reminds me of the Lickitung game in Pokemon Stadium. It really reminds me of that.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. Something I don't enjoy though, Tales of Symphonia. I don't like Colette. She's a bad person. I don't like her.
Yeah, she's not one of my favorite characters. And Tales of Symphonia was, a game that was great on the GameCube. This is definitely weirdly inferior to the GameCube version.
Yeah, that's really weird.
But at the same time, it's like actually like gave away my GameCube version because like this is not a game I need 2 copies of, and I like the portable element that always for Switch kind of wins me out. The fact that if it was portable only, that's a different story. But the fact that it's both,
Mine is portable only.
Yeah, but I love the option of both. That sells me on versions of games all the time on the Switch, and still a great classic game. And I just like where's Destiny 1 and 2? Where's Tales of Eternia? How is Abyss not out yet?
But here's Visaria.
Yeah, Visaria, which I like more than Symphonia. Visaria Definitive Edition. Played this on the 360 when it was exclusive to that, which was interesting. This has some more stuff with some more characters and things that were added in the Japanese version, then came to PS3 later.
Right.
And then so this is kind of more based off the PS3 version from Japan. I think this is a great game. Definitely one of my favorite Tales games.
This one you also didn't want to get.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much I'd play it. But
This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Edition. This has how many games? This is
I
like
forget
a
how
ton
many,
of games.
but it has like all the NES, Super Nintendo, and my favorite thing is it includes the arcade version of a lot of them, which is better, and it has sort of a museum. I enjoyed looking at that.
I like those.
So it is really cool for having a collection of all those, because I do like the Turtles. Just individually, they're not games I'll revisit very frequently, but I think because there's so many, that it's something I will come back to, because I will come back to each one.
Yeah, and you had fun with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things I love about the Switch so much. I have Tiny Barbarian DX. This game is great. It's a little bit too hard for me sometimes, and I have a problem. I don't know if it's just like my vision sucks. It probably is that my vision sucks. This is more of a SNES, like it has that more like pixelated art style, which I love, but it hurts my eyes after a while. I'm not as good with it. So generally I stay away from it, but that was a super fun game.